for that finale, because that was so much fun to watch.
Well, it was absolutely flattering to be asked the first time that Scott reached out to me. I was like, wow, thank you. That's insane and a lot of pressure because now I'm on their solidifying last episode. They were like, we want you. And I was like, oh gosh, oh no. And it was for something I had never been on. And I watched the video on my computer, but it's not the same thing as being on it. So I was like, I don't think I'm qualified. And I sent him probably 3 super long text messages the day before. And I was like, can I bring my computer on stage? Do you mind if I do this? What about this? I feel like I'm going to ruin this. What do you think about this? And he was like, just relax. It's just going to be fun. But it was nice. It was fun to see their faces because I've never recorded with them face to face. It's always just been like this. So it was great.
Yeah, I think that was only the second time I've ever been in a live podcast. I think I was only the second time I think at Kevin Smith's show I went to once. This is only the second time I've done something like this. So that was a lot of fun to watch. And I listened back to the replay. I think it was last Friday when it went up. And it was really funny to listen back. I'm like, how is this going to work listening to it because of all the slideshow and the pictures and
right
else. But to their credit and to you guys' credit, it was hysterical to listen back. It really was fun.
Good. Yeah, Scott and Nick were very good about describing what was going on in the frame without making it seem like they were telling us what was going on in the frame.
Yeah.
So if you listen to it as a podcast, it wasn't like, all right, I see you're just telling me what it says. They were very good about informing you through better words, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. And overall, I thought this was a great day. What were the opinions from you on the outside? Because you talked a lot more people than I did. So.
Oh, I was in my freaking element. I was so happy. I was very excited to see everything going off without a hitch. And I had to do a lot more behind the scenes stuff because I was the point of contact for the theater. So I was kind of running around talking with them and emailing with the woman I've been in contact with. But to meet all the people whose faces I'd only known through Facebook was really cool. And I was glad everyone wore name tags because not everyone looks like their Facebook profile picture.
That's true. That's very true,
I was
actually. What was that, Heidi, that brought the name tags?
Yep.
Yes, that was a cool idea, too. Like, because she said, bring name tags. Like, yes, bring name tags. Because this feels like a radio thing than anything else. It's more like a radio convention.
Yep.
No one knows each other. Like, I think it was Sean Gurman who's going to be doing Groundhog Day Minute. And he come up to me, he's like, I want to be on Clerk's Minute. And I'm looking for him on Facebook. Like, is that the same person? Like, is that the same?
Right?
Like, he has hair in this picture. Wait, is that the same guy?
Gosh, it's crazy. Yeah. I remember when he came in, I was like, because we were at breakfast and people just kept arriving. And I went up to, specifically, I remember going up to Jerry Porter and like waving and standing next to him being like, hi. And he was like, hi, being just, you could tell someone's being polite, nice, whereas someone's like, hi, how are you? And you're like, no, like, I know you. So he introduced himself to a couple other people, and then I introduced myself to Christy Porter, and I was like, Crystal Beth. And Jerry Porter was like, oh my God, of course, you sound exactly like you.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's a
yeah. And one of the weirdest things I think was trying to, when I was watching people speak, I couldn't recognize their voice. I would see that they were speaking and I would be like, okay, I recognize the inflection a little bit. But as soon as I turned my face away from them and heard them speak again, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you sound exactly like you. But when I see your face moving, you don't sound like you anymore. It was really weird.
That is pretty funny. It was like that for me too for certain people. I'm like, wait, what? It's you? Oh, okay. I think Bobby. That was Bobby for me because he didn't look like him. It didn't click. Like it didn't click for me at all. And I listened to Beastly Minute. It just didn't click for me. So I have to say, this was so much fun. You have any plans for anything in the future? Because I know there's discussion in the group, maybe doing it again next year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is happening in Denver next year.
Okay, Denver. Gotcha. Like I've told people, I'm going to try to do next year. Again, Chicago worked out so well for me because I've been driving distance. It's just different for me money-wise to figure out flying situations. But a year in advance, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll figure it all out.
A year in advance is good. And this is one thing I like to do for little travel pointers for anyone that cares about that. I will budget how much I think it's going to cost to the very top dollar. Like, what is the most amount of money this will cost for food, room, board, alcohol? And I'll divide that by however many weeks I have before the event or the trip. And that's how much I put into a separate savings account every week.
Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. I think my wife does that for vacations.
Yeah. It ends up working out really well. Like, I had a friend who was getting married in Panama, and she was like, oh, we're going to do this in March or something. So I was like, okay, so let's budget $2,000 for flights for my boyfriend and I. Let's think $1,000 for food, which is way more. And then I divided it by 52 weeks, and it only ended up being $40 a week that I just kept to the side, which isn't that hard to do for me anyway.
Yeah.
It could be hard for other people to do. Also, that's a very expensive vacation, but it really worked out. And then she pushed her wedding back further, so I had even more money.
Oh, that works. That really does work. So I think this is about time where I'm going to start wrapping things up. Thank you, Crystal, for taking time out today.
Of course.
The fact that you said, let's do it, and then we scheduled to a perfect time when I'm able to record, I appreciate it. It's really, really cool. And hopefully, the next time we talk, it'll be for Clerks Minute.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're scheduling Clerks Minute now. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait a little longer when we start posting shows, and then I'll start scheduling them. I know you like listening to the shows in advance, so I'll wait till after we start posting shows, and then we'll set things up.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you again, Crystal, for coming on. And if you want to go plug for your show before we send out of here.
Oh, sure. If you want to listen to any of my podcasts, you can do so on iTunes. I have one called The Fifth Element, which is the Movies by Minutes podcast. And I also have a video game podcast called Unlimited Lives Radio. And that's also on iTunes. It's a bunch of comedians talking about video games.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate everything.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon. All right, Sal. You know how I loved being obsessed with... I sometimes on this show I get a little obsessed with honest trailers and some of the audio that comes out of honest trailers.
No, not you.
No, you?
So, last week they surprised me on this one. They did an honest trailer for they're nominated for an Emmy again for honest trailer.
Okay.
So they decided last year they did a whole 10-minute honest trailer about all the dramas. Well, because all the dramas are pretty much almost all the same the next year out, they decided not to do that again, so they don't repeat themselves. And instead, they decided to take 3 shows that are on the air, a couple of shows that are on the air now, and make old school TV theme songs out of them.
Oh, good God!
And they got celebrity guests to do it. They got legit celebrity guests to do this because of Michael Bolton.
What?
Michael Bolton's in this, and they're friends with him now, and he actually brought in some friends to do this.
I really don't know how to feel about this.
Michael Bolton, the singer?
Michael Bolton. He's actually friends with Screen Junkies now. He did a Game of Thrones thing. It's absolutely hysterical.
Michael Bolton? That no talent.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Game of Thrones thing is Michael Bolton.
It was an Office Space reference, Dad.
So, Natasha Bedingfield was on this. It was very, very funny. Paula Cole came back and made fun of herself, which was amazing. She made fun of her own song. It was absolutely amazing. She did a parody of the Dawson Creek theme, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because they covered This Is Us, which is the show that me and Mandy fell in love with last year, and they brought in Brian McKnight to do this one.
R&B soul singer Brian McKnight.
It's pretty funny and accurate for the show. So it's only 42 seconds, so I figured I'd play it here. Here we go.
Our lives cross in many ways, and sometimes they're sad, like losing a triplet or your adopted dad. What if your mom's lied to you your entire life? That's a lot of strife. This is us. We're not onions in here. This is us. You'll be crying buckets of tears. This is us. Just accept
Okay. Whoa. Did I just hear the result of the Cheers theme hate fucking This Is It?
This is us.
No, the song This Is It.
Whoa, hang on.
Calm down.
It was the intro that sounded like Cheers, not the whole song.
Why? Like I said, this.
I forgot what show they actually parodied. They actually have the video on. It would be on the show notes.
The intro mimicked Cheers, not the whole song.
I know. I'm just saying.
It was really funny. It was really funny.
Get it right or pay the price.
I did.
Calm down, guys. I'm down. So, I figured I'd share that. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to put the video up because it really entertained the shit out of me when I watched it. I'm trying to find the actual clip on YouTube because they actually did parody stuff. And I thought it was really entertaining. I saw you laughing over there, Sal. The fact that, by the way, I should have put a spoiler warning on there before I played that. I completely forgot to. For those who are behind on the show, because I kind of gave away like 4 storylines in 42 seconds.
Here comes the angry tweets.
I just realized that like they gave away 42. The problem is I'm only 1 episode behind.
Dear Blake and Sal, how dare you spoil this show for us?
So I didn't.
Sincerely, Doochie McNitpick.
Yeah, I didn't watch the finale yet, but like I just like everything. It didn't spoil anything in the finale, so there you go. So anyway,
there you go.
Sal, since we're in the TV world. I need to yell at you.
Oh, okay. What I do?
Every single freaking Monday, every single Sunday, every single Wednesday, every Thursday, I go on Facebook. And Sal, and I don't know if anyone else catches this, but I see it every day because you're right at the top. One of the few friends I have at the top, and it says Steve First on Facebook, so I don't miss posts. And every single time Big Brother's on, every single time, he puts on there, really, I'm not even joking. This is every fucking week.
Man, this is my cue.
I don't want
get a
people to
delicious
text
beverage.
me
I'll
and
be right
call
back.
me and bother me.
So I text you and I say, fuck you, every single week.
Well, you don't mind. You can text me. That's fine.
Because I'm watching the show. I'm watching the show. I text you. Yeah, Sal. I was like, so Kyle stepped out at this moment, so we can make fun of him. No.
Let me just interject with a comment from the last.
He couldn't handle the heat.
The last episode from Big Brother, I'm kind of annoyed at. Only because when we did the HOH game...
Oh, okay, that sucked. That was terrible.
Come on, it was
that annoyed me.
Obvious that they were going to throw it and give it to Christmas. Now, here's the thing.
Really?
Here's the thing. I watch to see these players compete, not to basically lay down and roll over.
The problem is, last time we talked, you and me personally off air, you said you liked Paul. That's the way I hate Paul this season. It's because it wasn't for him. This game would be so much different this year.
Here's the thing: he's the puppet master. He's pulling the strings.
Yeah, and
everything's working to him.
I don't like him on this season. I liked him last season. I don't like him on this season.
My thing is, when it gets to the final jury, don't be surprised if Paul comes out on top.
He probably will. Sal, your thoughts real fast?
I agree. He, coming in second place last year, he definitely learned a couple of things. He has not been nominated once to go on the block all season long.
I wonder how that happened.
He's absolutely running the house. He's winning competitions. He's literally got his hand in every single click of the house, or what's left of the house. And if he does not win it this season, then it's a damn shame because he has been playing an absolutely perfect game.
You're right. I don't have to be happy about it though. I don't have to be happy about it. That's just me.
No,
to be honest. So we'll move on to a couple other things I want to bring up here. Chris Young, by the way, was announced to be the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry this week.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic news for him. I thought that was pretty awesome. That was big announcement. They put a video up of from the Opry this week. I'm like, oh, cool, good job, awesome news.
That's really cool. When did they announce that? Because I didn't hear it.
It was on the Grand Ole Opry Facebook page earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it popped up on Facebook. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They did it. They did the whole thing where I forgot it was. Vince Gill comes out, and he comes out to do something introductive, and then he turns his attention to the person on stage like, "You're going into the Grand Ole Opry," and he cries, and then they did a post video of him crying, and